Welcome to the curious history of the FC Barcelona jersey. First up, just the historical facts. We'll get to the weird stuff shortly. Since its founding in 1899, the FC Barcelona jersey has consisted of its blue and red traditional colors, almost always in vertical stripes. The stripe thickness has waxed and waned over the years, but they're always there, along with the team's crest. The first significant notable change did not come until 99 years after its founding, in 1998, when FC Barcelona began a sponsorship with Beaverton, Oregon's own Nike Incorporated, who, because they paid FC Barcelona for the privilege of producing the kits, technically became Barcelona's first major international sponsor. Side note, Nike and Barcelona recently re-extended their deal to last 10 years until 2026 and bring in $175 million. The Nike swoosh remained the only addition from 1998 until 2004, when Barcelona began a deal with Catalan public broadcast channel TV3, who paid Barcelona €3 million per year, and whose logo you can find on the left sleeve of all jerseys worn from 2004 until 2012. Side note, the right sleeve is reserved for whichever competition Barcelona is playing in, be it the Spanish League, the Champions League, or the Copa del Rey. The first time Barcelona had a proper front-of-shirt sponsor was not until 2007, when Barcelona signed a €1.5 million per year deal with UNICEF, whose logo was front and center in bright yellow. Funny thing about that €1.5 million per year, FC Barcelona actually paid UNICEF for the placement, and that money went to fight AIDS in Swaziland, Malawi, and Angola. Wow. The jerseys remained the same until 2011, when FC Barcelona added another nonprofit to its jersey, this time Qatar Foundation took the prime real estate, front and center, and UNICEF was shrunk and relegated to the back of the jersey under the number. FC Barcelona kept paying UNICEF and will continue to do so until at least 2020. However, in 2011, at 112 years of age, for the first time ever, with the placement of the Qatar Foundation logo, FC Barcelona accepted money for a traditional jersey advertisement, and that money amounted to €150 million over 5 years. Also, there was a clause in the contract with Qatar, and 2 years later, in 2013, they switched to the for-profit Qatar Airways, front and center, but the money kept rolling in. Side note number 2. Also in 2013, FC Barcelona added another major corporation to its list of paid jersey sponsors and partnered with Intel, whose Intel Inside logo was literally printed inside the front panel of the FC Barcelona jersey from 2013. In 2014, the left sleeve vacated by TV3 in 2012 was filled by Turkish home appliance maker Beko in a reported multi-million-dollar deal. And lastly, with the start of the 2017-2018 season and the contract with Qatar not renewed, it's officially game on with the front of the Barcelona shirt, which has been sold to Japanese e-commerce giants Rakuten for an estimated €220 million for just 4 years. So that's the history. And here's where the story becomes curious. We must travel back to 1982 and put ourselves into the heads of Barcelona's executive management. Jersey sponsorship is becoming a big deal. In fact, we look up and our rivals Real Madrid just signed a multi-million-dollar contract, and other clubs are now receiving and relying on this money. What are we to do? The answer? Nothing. We, FC Barcelona, are more than a club, and we stand above such crass, obtuse advertising. Plus, our fans would have us replaced if we caved in. Side note number 3. Now, whether you love or hate FC Barcelona, or are somewhere in between, you must admit they are smart and they know how to run a business. So we know, from back in 1982, looking into the future, that this must be addressed eventually. But starting in 82, we do nothing. Then 20 years pass, we look up again, and the competition receives more and more money every year for their jersey fronts. Now, we have to do something, but we can't. We're above this. We're more than just another money-making club. One of us pipes up, look at the past 20 years. This isn't going away, and we're becoming less competitive. We stunk up the 80s pretty bad, averaging 3rd place and only finishing with 1 league title. The 90s were a bit better, but if we want to thrive, we need the money that shirt sponsors will bring in. There's just one huge obstacle: our fans. They pride themselves on being fundamentally different than our competition. Here's what we're going to do. We will absolutely have major corporate sponsors all over our jerseys, but we need to ease the fans into it, slowly, step by step. Step 1. We add a small logo to one sleeve. Hell, it's out of the way, and it's a local non-profit TV channel that only broadcasts in Catalan. It's not even in Spanish. Boom. €3 million per year. Step number 2. Let's get our fans comfortable with the front of the jerseys being written on. We must be careful here. This is dangerous territory. How can we do this in a way that no person could possibly object to? I know. Let's get a charity involved, one that works with poor brown children and fights AIDS in Africa. That's like a unicorn deal, and we will pay them. Well done, give that guy a raise. Step 3, the pivot. Okay, now our fans are used to a logo on the front of our shirt, and they feel good about it. Time for the switch. Here's what we need. We need a new charity, but this time they will pay us, and they will also be owned by someone who also has for-profit businesses that can pay us a ton of money later and not look bad. Hey, look at these guys. They've got a ton of money, a charity, and businesses. And their logo is a tree. No one hates trees. Just write the contract so that we can start with the charity and then switch to the for-profit business in 2 years. Once the fans get used to their weird name, we're done. Oh, and while we're at it, let's dump TV3 and get a foreign company on the left sleeve with more money. And step 4. Now our jerseys look just like anyone else. The fans took the bait, so let's gracefully dump Qatar and hold an auction for the front of the jersey. And the winner is us, and some Japanese company that's looking to expand in Europe and the United States. End scene. And that is the curious history of how the FC Barcelona jersey probably came into the 21st century while cleverly towing their proud fans along for the ride. And thank you for watching. And if you like what you saw, check out the Patreon link in the description. And if you choose to subscribe to this channel, push the button softly.